coffee brewing as the sun peeks through the haze. Birds are chirping, serenading morning's praise. Front porch creaks as dreams fade away. America's awakened to a brand new day. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Loose print smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Tractors rumble, fields coming alive. Big wheels turning where hopes and dreams strive. Laughter echoes down the old dirt road. America's awakened to lighten her load. America's awakened to lighten her load.
Good morning. Good morning. Hope you're all having a great morning. It is time to wake up. I don't know about you guys, but I slept in today. I've been staying up later than normal, and yeah, I slept in today. Now, I let's welcome everyone. So we got Kathy Silva. Good morning. We got Joan Walton. Good morning. We got Nancy. We got Michelle Dawn. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I do want to share this out. I am so far off my game because I've been doing other stuff, and I'm not in my yesterday's live was a little bit different, so I'm not in my normal routine, and I am very much a person of habit. Hey, there's Brett. Good morning, Brett. Good to see you. Mismatch Menace. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, I didn't share this out the way that I normally do, but that's okay. I'm allowed to do that every once in a while. So let me connect to Rumble and I'll share it out via True Social. I hope you're all having a great. Yes, it is. So that is an ouchie. If you were here yesterday, I was talking about it. I I babysat for a friend of mine the day before Christmas because she had last minute Christmas stuff that she wanted to do, and she's got two little girls, so I watched them for her. And when she got back, she asked me to help her bring the bags in so the girls wouldn't see the presents type of thing. And she's got this carport, and they're like, I could have walked around the thing, but I ducked under the one part and I thought I was clear, and I boom came up. It I did have for the day I had a bump. I did put some ice on it so the swelling went down, but it just took off the layer of skin like if I picked at this, it would bleed, but not like a normal head wound. Like it just was kind of like bloody and then scabbed over. So I'm trying trying my best not to touch it. Hey, Seer, good to see you this morning. Yeah, I'm trying not to touch it, not to do anything because I don't want it to uh obviously don't want to re-break it open, get an infection or anything. I am gonna tease, okay? I haven't recorded it yet, but I am gonna tease. I've been talking to you guys about the hater show. I'm gonna be doing a hater show coming up, and pretty much what I'm gonna do with it is I'm gonna do it members only first, but you guys will be able to see who are these two people. This is from their Discord. Who is that? Who are those people? Oh, you're gonna see who these people are. And this is from Discord, and you're gonna see they have a whole channel dedicated to Skipper. And these are people who act like they don't. Oh, Skipper's all about the drama. Okay. Okay. I don't have a Discord. I don't want a Discord. There's a reason I don't want a Discord. But they are absolutely in there. They're posting lots of stuff about yours truly. And we have moles with an S, multiple moles. And you don't think we've been screenshotting. Truth is, it's been going for months. I ignored it. I ignored it for a while. But they wanted to, start all their bullshit last week. So yeah. Good morning, Coop. Good morning, Harry. See you there as well. So yeah, I'm gonna record it. I'm gonna go through all the haters, all my screenshots that I have. Well, I'll save a couple. It's always best to keep a couple in your back pocket. But yeah, I'll show you who those two individuals are. They're not very smart. Again, a reason I don't have Discord, because leave moles, they're probably followed me in here. Sorry, I'm targeted. Well, I just put stuff out here. There's no reason for me to ever be secret about anything. That's why all these people, I'll show your DMs. Show my DMs. I don't care. I don't care. I'll talk to anyone wants to DM me, you can DM me. I'll discuss whatever. I mean, there are people who bring me stuff that I'm like, okay, yeah, I don't care. And I might react to it, might say something, but it's not going to be my thing. But yeah, people can DM me whatever they want. I don't care if people see. I don't. I learned a long, long, long time ago, way before any of the what the hell stuff started, to know that no, I'm like, if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it publicly. Like, I'll do it in a group, right? And I talk about things, and if I'm talking about it, it's because I'm not doing it. Like, I'll be like, what would be really funny is do this. These guys are not smart enough to do that. They're not smart. They're not the brightest bulbs in the box, as they say. Um, so yeah, and they think they're sneaky. Like, one of them. Okay, here's a teaser. One of them thinks he's an expert on operational security. He's not, because he's a fake veteran. There you go. Hint, hint, hint. Tease, tease, tease. And here's the thing. Go watch their show. Go watch their show. Take a screenshot of what I posted and be like, hey, Skipper's onto you. Go right ahead. It's not going to bother me. I don't, when I get this stuff, I don't run to the air with it. I've had this for probably at least a week. Not long after that was posted. Yeah. Right, Mismatched? Mismatched figured it out. But yeah, I think I'm going to do this as a members only. I'll record the video and do it as a members only. Only because there are some things I might like. When I'm live, I just kind of like, hey, Hellhound. I just kind of say what's on my mind. And if I record it, I can edit it. And sometimes I do that. They target individuals they don't like because they have no dirt to put them in jail. It's one of the reasons I believe I was physically attacked at the VA. Yep. Yeah. You'll notice here people who cannot articulate stuff will go into violence or threats of violence. Oh, what is this? Huh? What is this? Sorry, I got people sending me stuff live. Uh, it's funny what you when I talk about this stuff, and because here's the thing with that these dummies don't realize. People love to talk. They love to talk. Dealt with it in the military. They love to talk. And here's the thing. You don't have to worry about operational security if you're not conducting an operation. That's what they don't realize. I have I have no motives outside of what I talk about. Really, I don't. If anyone wants to know how I feel about something, I'll talk to you. I might not bring it to air, but I'll talk to you. And I get people who do it every single day. When will these people learn to just let shit go and move the hell on? No one cares about them, only a select few. These people have nothing, okay? Um, one of them has a severe mental illness, and that's why he inserts himself. That's also why I'm not the only person that he targets. He there's one person that he's targeted for a long time, and that's they don't realize that becomes their tell. Like they tip their hat to things when they're using an alt. You know, just like Pam Carson, when she was using an alt, she tipped her hat to it, and it's because deep down, when these people have never gone to a therapist, they deep down they want people to know what they're doing. And that was one breakthrough of me in therapy when I was talking about some things that happened in my life. And we were talking about like my ex and stuff, and my therapist was like, well, she wants you to know not only that she's doing these things, but she wants you to know it's her doing it. It's a control thing. So when you realize that and you realize, oh, that's their mental illness and they can't, like, they need you to know, they will always tell you. They'll always, like, they'll tell on themselves. And here's the thing, I realize that. That's why I don't do operations. I will tell on myself right here. I'll tell you guys, here's what I'm doing. Here's how I feel about things. So that's why I'll tell you. Oh yeah, yeah. Am I going to ignore my haters? No, I'm going to monetize them. But I do it on my terms, my time. Just because they did something to me doesn't mean if they do a post about me doesn't mean I'm going to do it today. No, I'll wait until I've got enough content where I can make a whole video of it, and then I'll make money off it. I absolutely will. Just sad because their team is not the Tide. uh, do they play today? I was gonna look through the games today and see who plays. I've already done my picks, and if you guys haven't checked out my picks, I do have my picks. I'm just looking to see. I do know there's games today. Yeah, Kyle Whittingham was hired by Michigan. So let's see. Oh, Pittsburgh, East Carolina, Penn State, Clemson, UConn, Army, Georgia Tech, BYU. Ooh, I'll watch that one. Penn State Clemson. Wow, that game should have been a playoff game. Judging at the beginning of the year, that's what we thought. Tonight is Virginia, Missouri. That'll be a good game. And LSU, Houston. Okay, all right. Tide rolls on New Year's. They're gonna have a tough game. They didn't look that first half against Oklahoma. They did not look good. So they better be ready this time. Indiana is no slouch. They usually use people that are in the court system that need help getting off their charges, so they have them stalk and do the dirty work. Uh, well, like some of these dummies who just jump in. I was thinking about the other day. You guys realize this stuff with Jeremy Hale started in 2023. It's about to be 2026. And here's the thing with these federal cases, they're gonna go for probably another 2 years. No, they weren't sandbagging. Stop. They were not sandbagging. Yep. Started to copy me with their own coffee time. Here's the thing. I've found success. Copy me. I've copied other people. There's nothing wrong with that. I understand there's some people out there. What's funny about that individual is that individuals not only are they copying me, which hey, that's smart. That's smart. I found something that works. Yeah, you should probably try it. You should absolutely probably try it. The other thing about that individual is they have discovered things like many of us in this, but they don't think other people should quote unquote use their research. Here's the thing. You might have discovered something, but anybody can use information. And when you are mad about people using information that you found out, that is incredibly stupid. So I hope he's watching. I hope he's watching and taking down good notes. Send this to him. Send this to him. Let him know. And I hope he's taking good notes because no one wants to work with someone who's not going to share information. Journalists do it all the time. Journalists refer to other journalists' articles all the time. It's called sourcing. And when you're doing that, it becomes very clear that your motivation is the truth. And when you're trying to keep things hidden or not do that, yeah. And that's why I've been very fortunate of people willing to work with me. Is I try to be as generous with people as they have been with me. I've had, big YouTubers be very generous. I've had lawyers, very big people in not just social media, but in media. Um, you know, I I've had big people on this show. Um, and the thing is, they've been generous with me, and it reminds me I have to be generous with others. That's why when smaller YouTubers ask for a shout out, I've got no problem doing it. When they ask for help with stuff, no, as long as it fits within my time, I'm happy to. Um, but you will find those who get very entitled to your time. I bet if I unsub and stop watching your videos, everything will get better for you and your channel. I don't know. I'm Here's the thing. What I always tell people, watch when you can. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. If you can't watch every day, that's okay. I don't care. Come, come here when you need to. I understand. Like people have lives. I don't need, when someone who hasn't watched my show in 6 months shows up, it's like the prodigal son. Hey, so and so's back. I'm not gonna get into this. You don't watch when people are like, I'm not watching you anymore. I'm unsubbing. Okay, go. Go. I don't want to keep anyone here who doesn't want to be here. That's what they don't realize. This show is better for me when I have an audience that I enjoy, and it's better when there's an audience that enjoys me every single time. I wish more YouTubers understood that, but so many get wrapped around the axle of I need to make money. I need this. I need this. I need these views. I don't need that. I've always said I'll do this show. I'll do a good show if there's one person watching. And that's how you know every time you guys are watching me, you're seeing the best show that I can give that day. Uh, as long as I'm on my game. There's been times where I get distracted about things. Hey, Sierra, you do what's right for you. You do what's right for you. And don't worry about me. I will be fine. But you do if watching me helps you, then this is the place for you. Right? No pouting. Oh my God, there are so many YouTubers who are whiners. I'm not even talking about uh Jeremy Hale stuff. There are people on Twitch and YouTube that I've watched, and I'm like, oh my God. Like, this isn't like, yeah, there's work that goes into this, but this is not a hard job. If this was my everyday job, my life would be very easy. Yeah, do I make content and have to think up stuff and sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. It is. Those YouTube shorts I do, I probably spend more time on those than I do this. And people get so territorial. If you want to be here, I want you to be here, Seer. Don't worry. I am not going to be punished for you being here. You being here is an absolute joy. The problem here,
It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me.
I'm the problem, not you. There are people who will not watch my show. That's okay. I'm not going to watch you. You, you, you don't support Jeremy the way I think you should support. Okay, well then leave. Leave. Like, but there's this entitlement out there by people. They think they have a right to determine what I do and talk about. They don't. They don't. And this in my life is so minuscule. You guys only see a sliver of my life. And, I think that's why I can relate with Jeremy so much is because, yeah, you guys only see a sliver. And I get that from Jeremy too. And Jeremy's been doing it for longer than I have. And I've been doing this for coming up on 7 years. Hey, Gary, good to see you. So, yeah. And a lot of learning took place during that time. A lot of, um, I don't like the term healing. I don't like that term, even with my PTSD stuff. Because I don't think, even with my PTSD stuff, I don't think anyone heals. I think you grow. I think you grow and gain perspective. There's a lot of terms that people use. Like, you'll never hear me be like, I'm a PTSD survivor. Shut up. I didn't survive shit. This is like, if I survived, this is the easiest fucking thing to ever survive. Lisa, you called Lisa. That's funny. I should start doing more phone call stuff. Um, yeah, some people don't like the First Amendment, but I mean, but this is not YouTube's not a free speech place. And there are people out there that keep saying it is. It's not. It is not a free speech place at all. Hey, Amanda, good to see you. Um, that's the thing. Like, and some of these people, like all they want to do is focus on the negativity. That's why they focus on things like the fleas. Do you guys see me focusing on the fleas? I'll talk about them, but I don't focus on them. if I do anything, it's I'm gonna I will I will repost their show because I know it annoys the shit out of and again, yeah, I get that I'm annoying as fuck. Don't forget, veterans before illegals. Oh, you know what's stupid? Doing the coffee time streams. Like I will say, look, I got this from what's his name? Scott ah, the guy that wrote Dilbert. He's sadly dying, and I do enjoy him. Um I'm just drawing a blank on his name right now. He was doing a podcast and he was like, "You know what? I realized I enjoy just going live with my coffee talking to the audience." And I was like, "You know what? There's beauty in that simplicity. That's where I got the idea to do this." And this is very lazy content, but it's a way for me to keep a community. You know, you guys who come in here every day. Very easy. New people discover me. That's fine. It's how I discovered Huff. Larry was he was doing a coffee stream. So even though I took it from someone, it's not like this is mine type of thing. But for that moron, like what he should have done instead of doing a coffee stream, he should have done a tea stream, cuz like literally that's more of your identity. Lean into it. Lean into your brand. That's one thing I can tell. I will absolutely tell people, and that was one thing Tug said to me. He was like, "Wow, you're very well branded." He said, "When I searched Veteran Nation, you came right up," and I like that because I had good people when we started this who were all about the branding, and were like, "You need to lean into this brand." Robbie is a real piece of shit, especially after what he said about you. Yeah, he is. He is. That dude doesn't scare me. I can be annoying too, and boy, do I know. Oh, I lean into that too. Right, right. Like, yeah, but if I were him, I would have said, "No, I'm gonna do tea time streams." Like, and that would be him leaning into his brand, and it would be smart to do that. Like, taking other people's ideas and tweaking them, very smart thing to do. We used to say, um, in the, military, like, if you're not plagiarizing, it's because you're not working. We we plagiarize a lot in the military. Why reinvent the wheel? Like I've said this before on the show, if it's stupid but it works, it's not stupid. So that's what I would have done. But hey, that's okay. Are there things I could be doing for the channel to make it grow faster, get more views? Absolutely, there are. There's a lot of things I could do. But I'm not going to hurt my brand. I don't want my brand to be over overdone with certain things. I could put what the hell's in my coffee with this discussing what the hell's with coffee with the skipper. I could do that every day and I'd probably get 1,000 people in here. I don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. Uh One, it's cheap. It's really cheap. It's not fair to Jeremy. Um but like it also takes away from me. It's not fair to me. So I'll talk about the court cases and what's going on. I do follow it. But I also make sure that, hey, Bradley, welcome, welcome. I also make sure that, uh, I'm being authentically me. I'm doing ever since day one when all this started with Lynette. I was watching Jeremy before. I did one YouTube short where I mentioned Jeremy and the corruption of Otter Creek. But yeah, it was in May of 2023 when he sent the cease and desist to her, and she just went immediately off the deep end. So we are now about to be 3 years into this craziness, all because she didn't want to follow a cease and desist. And there were so many people, and still are people, telling her not to pay attention. And it's only cost people money. Um, like the whole thing with, I know a lot of people were upset about the judge dismissing the case for failure to state a claim in the federal court. I'm not a lawyer, okay? So I'm not going to say like Randy shouldn't have done that or anything like that. I'm going to say like I don't understand his strategy of doing that case first. I don't understand that strategy. I'm sure he probably had some good basis. I know a lot of people are saying to appeal that decision. He could. He could. Appeals take a very long time. A very long time, and they're very expensive because you're talking federal court. And failure to state a claim, it's a pretty tough thing. I'll say that. It's a pretty tough thing. I think it's bullshit that was the ruling of the judge, but it's going to be a tough thing to appeal. As I've always stated, the money in this case is, oh, Jeremy just put out a short. So if you guys leave to go check out that short, make sure you come back here. I don't care if you leave. There are some people who are like, hey, don't promote other people's streams. There's some truth to that. I get that. But someone going and watching what Jeremy said and then coming back, I got no problem. In fact, if you guys go over there, watch it, and come back and want to discuss it, I'm up for that. I mean, I'm not beyond promoting good people, even if they have a bigger channel. There are some people who are like, I'm not going to promote someone with a bigger channel. I think that's stupid because there's money in it. There is. So there are times where I will do it. I mean, I'll do it on a case by case basis. Like Jay Hip goes live normally about the same time I do. I'm not going to be upset if anyone says, "Hey, I'm going to go watch Jay Hip." I'll be like, "Hey, just come back here, give me a like, and give me a view later." I'm okay with that. And in fact, in some ways, that's better for me because when you're live, yeah, they look at how many people are live, but they do look at how many people check out the live after the fact. And there's a lot of those people, I do know. So it's all good. It all works. It all comes out in the wash. I don't have a thing for the wash, so yeah, you guys got the dolphin. But yeah, back to the haters. So yeah, I will have a stream. Well, actually, I'll have a video. It's not going to be a stream. It's going to be a video about the haters. And so yeah, and they're going to be upset about it. Oh, I don't care. You guys gave me the content. You guys are the ones with these Discord channels. Okay, if the moles are watching, okay, I want to know if the Discord channels get deleted. That would be so funny. All right, here. Oh, there's an Instagram called Bullyville, and they have emails written by Paint Chips under the name Joseph A. Camp. Interesting. Interesting. I'm laughing. I'm kind of upset that TC's not here. I think he's mad at me this morning. It happens. We get on each other's nerves sometimes. We're like old married women. Get upset over stupid shit sometimes. They'll be like, I'm never upset over stupid stuff. Hey, Bearded Man Steve, good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny because like there are creators out there who just they just can't not get personally involved in some of this shit. Me, I just talk about it. Yeah, Camp is Paint Chips. I thought I said that. I thought it was Paint Chips sending emails under Joseph A. Camp's name. But yeah, check out Bullyville on Instagram. It's apparently some type of bully hunter, and they post a lot of stuff. So, uh, oh, I did want to go back to the USA Today. I do want to see what other stories people are talking about. I did see these immigrants who got some of these driver's licenses. Because if you guys saw my YouTube short yesterday, I was talking about the jingle trucks in the Middle East. That's my dolphin noise. Don't like it?
Right to jail, right to jail, right away.
No, no.
There he is. There's TC. Calling us hosers like we're Canadians. Oh, take off, eh? Me and my brother Doug, eh? I love revisiting the classic Bob and Doug McKenzie sketches. Those were good. But yeah, so these drivers are suing California because California had to take away their CDLs. And yeah, you should have a basic mastery of English to get a driver's license. Because so many things are written in English. I'm not being racist here. Okay, it just makes sense. If it tells you the road is closed and you can't speak English, you're gonna have a bad time. But like I was talking to one person, I'll say that they were in Ohio and they went to go get a driver's license, and they were having a hard time because the woman at the counter couldn't speak English. The woman at the counter couldn't speak English. And thankfully, they had enough French. This person getting their license knew enough French that they were able to communicate enough. And then they went and sat down, and there was a woman there who was acting as an interpreter for another person who was like, "Oh, yeah, I was just listening to that woman who was just telling the answers to the person." So that's the thing. Like, it's a way to get around the it's a way to get around the test if the interpreter is giving them the answers. Basic mastery of English would discount about 45% of our audience. Well, you're not wrong. That's people are like, some people are like, your grammar sucks and you have a degree in journalism. Yeah, because journalists write at a third grade level. Every newspaper, every magazine you read is written at a third grade level so that many people can understand it. And I used to run across this with Marines. There's a lot of people out there, when they write professionally, they will start using big words and semicolons and all this other stuff. And it's to kind of raise their writing. No, never do that. Never do that. Like I used to, I had one Marine where I pulled him in. I'm like, you used four, like in a 2-page document. I'm like, you used four uh, semicolons. I'm like, why? And he was like, well, this is. I was like, he started explaining it was all over the place. I was like, I'm gonna stop you right here. What are the rules on a semicolon? And well, you use it for this. You use it for this, and like again, just started talking gobbledygook. I'm like, there's only two times you use a semicolon. The first time is to separate items in a series. You can use it there along with commas and colons. Uh, the other time is to join two independent clauses. But here's the thing: if they're independent clauses, just put two sentences. You don't need to join them. Just put two sentences, write it simple so everyone can understand. And I said, and the other thing I want you to do is rewrite it twice. And I was like, come back to me with both drafts and just write draft number 2, draft number 3. And I said, and I did exactly what my professor did. And I was like, okay. So he came back with his 2 drafts. I'm like, this is your 3rd draft. And I went through, I'm like, this is good. This is really good. It's it's close, damn near close to perfect. And I was like, now I want you to read your first draft and then come back to this one and you'll see why it's perfect. And then look at your second draft. And I said, your second draft, you're probably going to find was about 95% there. Don't write words you can't define. Yeah. I'm horrible at spelling. And I'm not like, there's a lot of these people who think they're smart because they know there, and there, your, and your. And that's really not a sign of intelligence. It's really not. Um, a lot of people get caught by autocorrect with those. Um, I do have fun, especially if I'm messing with somebody and trolling them. That's when I'll correct somebody. Really, I could care less because what matters is the message conveyed. Um, but yeah, I used to get a lot of Marines who'd use very big words, very important words. Um, Someone I think I might have posted it, but it was a meme, and it was a first sergeant chevron, and it said, the word behoove, and it said, "Can you name a better duo?" And yeah, there are certain military words that we love, and behoove is absolutely one of them. Hey, get out of here. Get out of here. When I write for myself, I let people come for the But like I would not I think you're doing great with your Substack, TC, because just by doing that, you are going to be a better writer. And and with this next one, it's true for you, but I think you're already past that point. But for most people, if they were starting a Substack to put out their ideas, it's going to make their ideas better because people they'll have to defend their ideas. And I know you have no problem defending your ideas. So you have better ideas and outlooks and principles than most people. Um, and that's one thing I like about I do watch a lot of Christian apologists. Um, and I think some of those guys are out there doing fantastic work because if you can be challenged, and it doesn't have to be like this great debate, just a discussion about religious philosophies. I think that will bring more people to God than most of the proselytizing you see out there. The guy with the big boombox preaching on the side of the street, I don't think he converts that many people. I think the Christian apologist who has like um who has like a booth and is willing to talk with people and say, okay, well here's what the Bible says. Here's what I believe the interpretation of that is. Um, so yeah, I'm looking up I'm looking up. I'll tell you one a Christian apologist I really liked. He's passed away now, but I every once in a while, if I'm on a long drive, I'll listen to one of his lectures. Was Ravi Zacharias. I'm a horrible speller, Seer, but I've gotten better just because of a lot of the writing I've done, and that was why I switched to journalism. I was an engineering major. I was gonna be a mechanical engineer, and I switched to journalism, completely different because I recognized it was a weakness, and I needed to work on my weaknesses both as a Marine and to be an officer. I had to, like, turn my weaknesses into strengths. So, yeah, that's what I did. Uh, I'll tell you a word that people use, uh what people use, really wrong a lot of times is the word profound. That one I notice people use it quite a bit. This is, and not to be hostile where you don't understand the intent of the gospel preaching according to God. Okay. Don't be the guy that uses the two words close proximity. Well, yeah, that's yeah, it's yeah, Department of Redundancy department. Yeah. There's a lot of like irregardless. Like there's a lot of those out there. They're not as much of a pet peeve to me as they are other people. Um uh yeah, what's the one guy? Cliff Connectal. I've watched a lot of his stuff before. And I do like I don't come at a lot of the things from a religious aspect. I try to come at it from a philosophical because I think that just gives better answers. Just just for me. Uh Juxtaposition. I don't think I've ever really used juxtaposition. It's not a word I use that often. Skipper, I'm gonna need to hear a roll tide roll. Yeah, no, not happening. Hey, I will say this. I will wish you guys well. I will wish you well. Uh, why does Snoop Dogg have his own college football game? That's a good question. That's a really good question. It's probably without looking into this article, he probably has his own company. I know he's got marijuana companies because I've actually seen the warehouses where they grow everything. It's not too far from me. Um, and I would imagine that's why, because he's got businesses. Well, that was the beauty of Einstein, was he really did speak in a layman's language. If like when you read translations of a lot of his stuff, it was he broke things down where a lot more people could understand them. And with theoretical physics, it's not an easy thing to do. You should listen to RX. RC Sproul. Okay. I'll listen to a lot of that stuff. I actually talk about a lot of religious things with one of my coworkers pretty regularly. And we go to Bible study together too. Um, the only thing I don't like is when people, I'll tell you, when people send me a lot of these YouTube videos, like Graham Hancock. Graham Hancock makes uh, a lot of claims, and the circle he runs with are people that make a lot of definitive claims on shit. It's like, no, that's not even close. Like, it's a theory. Like, you're making a pretty good case for what you're saying, but just because you're saying this doesn't make any of it true. Like, oh, what's the one thing, the Eye of Africa. Yeah, the Rishat structure. There are people out there saying, well, that's Atlantis. No, no, it's not. It is a natural forming thing. There's no proof anyone has ever lived in it. Yeah. Here's one thing. You don't have to have the world's biggest vocabulary. Just make sure the words that you are using correctly. A lot of people, this is where a lot of people look dumb, is they're trying to look smart, so they use words that they don't understand. Uh, Intent of the gospel is only meant to save the lost, but scripture is clear the gospel saves the elect and works condemnation on those that reject the message. Well, yeah, yeah, I think that's clear. Um, but here's the thing, like, everyone has to come to their answers in their own right, because what speaks to me isn't going to be what speaks to you. People are still talking about the Epstein files. Dude, it is an op. It was a Mossad op and probably a CIA op, but it was definitely a Mossad op. Like, the more that comes out about it, the more convinced I get. Man gets lifetime hunting ban after authorities find 50 illegal deer. I hate poachers. I really do. Follow Jesus, not religion. So when you see the guy preaching on the corner, thank him instead of saying it doesn't work. See him up. I'm just saying, in terms of conversion, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I don't think he's converting as many people as people who are like Christian apologists who are having conversations, not just on a big loud speaker talking at people. I think he'll convert more people with conversations. There's the one guy who does that with he's got the abortion placard, and he'll go out and stand, and he's not yelling, he just stands there and people come up to him and he just has conversations with them. I think he's doing more. That's not what Jesus said about religion. Okay, well, I'm just telling you my observations. Um, this guy with the 50 deer, he was in Tennessee. They've got a picture. I don't know if it's him, but they got a picture of like a storage thing or the back of a box truck filled with deer. 50 deer. 50 white-tailed deer heads and antlers, one wild turkey head, one illegally possessed fox squirrel, a rifle, a muzzleloader, and a crossbow utilized in the commission of multiple hunting violations. Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry. Sorry, TC. Um, Trump is encouraging the DOJ to embarrass Democrats in the Epstein files. They're probably not going to do that. It's funny. Trump is absolutely funny, but they're probably not going to do it. Ukraine and Russia don't care. That is so boring now. Just let those two destroy each other at this point. Like none of them want to. What the hell? Fucking. Some days I hate McAfee. I only put it on my computer because it's free. There's no such thing as poaching. The government does own wildlife. No, there is poaching. There absolutely is. If a hunter comes onto your land to kill an animal, you don't think that's poaching? There's absolutely poaching. I just fundamentally disagree with you there. Now, I think a lot of deer in this country are overpopulated. And I was talking about that the other day. In New Jersey, there's a black bear overpopulation because there's a deer overpopulation. All these people who are anti-hunting, no, you there you could let there are some states where you can only take one deer in season. No, you should be letting people take multiple deer in season. It's not going to hurt the population. Yeah, here. After thousands of years, archaeologists think we found Noah's Ark. Pottery fragments unearthed. Again, I doubt. I'm not even going to click on that because I doubt that story is what do I say? I doubt it's legitimate. That's trespassing, not poaching. No, no, no. If you're even, it's trespassing too. If you are shooting an animal on my land, that is poaching. And the other thing is, I do think there should, for most animals, there should be limits as to how many you can hunt. Absolutely, there should be. We have to protect populations, like, and because yeah, we've seen over hunting, overfishing. Oh, I think Trump will beat the BBC. I like. uh, I don't know if it will make the TV licenses free, but I think over the air TV I think is a bygone era. Like I don't think I think there should be limits on how much wattage you can broadcast from, but I don't think there should be I don't think the government should be issuing licenses. I don't. It's just be yeah, you can't broadcast over this power. And there you go. Broadcast as much as you want on these frequencies, the public frequencies. Yeah, that's the thing, Coop. They found it like 5 times. So yeah, until it becomes definitive, I'm not believing any of this shit. New airport DNA law in effect at airports. Pritzker vows to prosecute ICE agents. Well, good luck with that. Because again, they've got qualified immunity, which is presumptive. Now, I do think Jeremy Hales can get above qualified immunity because his civil rights were violated. Um, you're like, I don't think you're going to be able to in mass prosecute ICE agents. It's only going to be case by case, and very few of those prosecutions are like you have to find a guy who has gone well beyond. And you got to remember, your local cops uh, have higher, stricter standards because there's more case law than federal agents. The government has never charged a person with poaching a wild merely for being on private property. Mm, they charge landowners for poaching on their land. Yeah, they do. They do. I've seen it. The big one for getting landowners on their own land is baiting. They will feed deer and then shoot them. And I get why there's laws on that, But again, the deer population is very overpopulated. Qualified immunity doesn't protect from prosecution. Uh, no, it does. It does. Absolutely, it does. That's why they have qualified immunity hearings. It's presumptive immunity. I mean, are there people who've been prosecuted? Absolutely. Every day there is. But a lot of times those people have gone well beyond their authority. Like that cop that shot the guy in the hotel in Arizona. That was bullshit. That was complete and total bullshit. That cop, uh, he was found not guilty, and that was because they kept things out of the what do I say, out of the case. And sadly, because of double jeopardy, there's not much you can do. Okay. Uh, but yeah, what is this DNA law? Travelers will now need to submit more biometric data. Targets non-citizens entering or leaving the U.S. Travelers, okay. They may request additional biometric information, including fingerprints or DNA from non-citizens. Okay, from non-citizens. So that's okay. That's where it becomes, because non-citizens, and I'm sure we're going to get more SCOTUS opinions on this, are not included in the people. Uh, and that's where I think Trump is on very steady ground with some of his things that he's doing. Qualified immunity only protects from civil litigation, not for criminal action. Not true. If you're doing your job in the lawful, um, in the lawful aspects of your job, you have immunity. You do. It's only when you go outside of the law, and there's hearings on that. What about the cop that shot a guy in his own apartment? She thought it was her apartment and wasn't paying attention, but never heard anything else on that. Are you talking about what's her name? The Breonna Taylor? You talking about her and her boyfriend? I will say this. I don't like no-knock warrants. I do not like it at all. DOJ says filming immigration raids is domestic terrorism. A leaked Justice Department memo directs federal prosecutors to press domestic terrorism charges against individuals who would record immigration operations. Get off of me, cat. I don't want you. Border Patrol Commander Gregory Bovino made an unexpected return on December 16th with several hundred federal agents and a film crew returning the same aggressive tactics that sparked protests earlier this year. Local officials criticized Bovino for using immigration operations as a form of political theater. In a statement to the Chicago Sun-Times, the spokesperson for Democratic Mayor Brandon Johnson called out the agents for allegedly arresting people indiscriminately and without arrest warrants. The mayor's office criticized them for filming the raids and turning these operations into a spectacle. Okay, this is not the first time a federal agency has filmed immigration operations for political theater. Examples include a video posted on X by DHS Secretary Kristi Noem, agents of raiding a South Shore apartment building on September 30th. A video posted on the DHS official Instagram account depicting various immigration arrests. Okay, now they get to the meat and potatoes. This is reason.com. Jesus, what a poorly written article. The Trump administration is also cracking down on individuals who choose to record immigration operations. In December 4th memo, originally leaked by journalist Ken Klippenstein, the Justice Department encourages federal prosecutors to press domestic terrorist charges against people for doxing law enforcement officers. While undefined in the memo, doxing in this context is understood to mean publishing of information that identifies law enforcement officers, which the Justice Department insinuates is a threatening activity used to silence opposing speech. Okay, now that we're into this memo, I think it's going to be more the things of like uh, that app that was really trying to identify um, um, agents. Um, like doxing in itself is not illegal, not illegal at all, despite what people say. Um, Under such a broad definition, even the DHS own camera crews and media hides specifically record and publish details could potentially be prosecuted for domestic terrorism. Um, well, I would say that the chilling effect goes both ways. Like people who are trying to, if someone's trying to dox and identify um, any type of law enforcement, uh, if you're putting it up on a website to track them, I would say, yeah, that you're trying to chill the actions of law enforcement. So that's where it becomes the problem. Like in and of himself, the um, just recording not illegal and should never be considered illegal. Using that information to try to yeah, put it up on a website and try to track somebody, uh, then yeah, then I'd say it crosses the line. But yeah, this is gonna be a tough one because th- when they're posting up this stuff, that is gonna be the issue. Like, how is that information being used? So, but man, Autumn Billings, this is just a poorly written article. That's the thing about Reason, though. Reason and Medium and Raw Story, anybody can write an article for them. Anybody can write. So you get a lot of shitty articles written. Mhm. Uh, I'm just looking through these stories. Unexpected winner of rising American tariffs, Mexico. Okay. I don't see it that way. Here, let's look and see what they're saying on that. Oh, it's Wall Street Journal. So this is yep, it's behind a paywall. Go fuck yourself, Wall Street Journal. Tyler Perry sued for sexual assault by new accuser. What is this dude's name? That dude is so gay. Okay, who is? Yep, Mario Rodriguez is the victim's name. Yes, TC, but guess what? A lot of those case law, because case law is poorly defined, it extends to other things. And it's a presumptive immunity if across the board, if you are acting uh lawfully within your or uh, lawfully with the intent to lawfully act within your government what do I say? Your government duties. And this was the whole thing with Trump. Like if it's your government duties, this is what the Supreme Court said. If it's your government duties, there's no way it can be illegal. And that was the whole thing with Trump. And they were like, no, Trump is presumptively immune. Like they called it three tiers, like things that are constitutionally done for the that it says that is clearly immune, like clearly. And it's like that with every other government agency. If you have a problem with the law and they're acting within the law, you change the law. You don't prosecute the guy enforcing the law. You change the law. And the Supreme Court has roundly been supported that. Well, it's not qualified immunity, but it's the same. It's presumptive immunity. It's the same thing. Like if yeah, if a cop is acting within the law and shoots and kills someone, uh, they might go under investigation. Yeah, but you have to show that they when they shot and killed them that it was outside of the law. With the president, they gave it three tiers. There's that which is in the Constitution, absolutely immune. Things that are implied by those constitutional provisions are presumptively immune. Like they have the presumption is like in the trial with Trump, they used Trump's tweets and they were like, no, he's the president. He has to communicate to the country. So anything on his Twitter is a communication to the country. So they're presumptively immune. So it should those tweets, the fact that they were used in the court of law when they were immune from being used, they can't be used as evidence. You have to like that's why all these people who are like, they're like 34 counts. He was found guilty. I'm like, yeah, and that's all going to be overturned. The Supreme Court has already showed that. Now, will it take time? Yeah, but it'll eventually get to a court that tosses it all out. Like that's why the Democrats were stupid for using lawfare the way they did. They were just trying to get convictions. And when all those convictions are tossed, the Supreme Court has already weighed in. Do you think do these dummies think they're going to change their mind? It hasn't even been 2 years yet. I guarantee you they're going to be like, yeah, you had his communications director come in and testify. That was immune. Um, he had conversations in the Oval Office. In the Oval Office. Again, presumptively immune. Presumptively immune. Um, the judge should have held a hearing on all of those things and then, and said, okay, these are presumptively immune. You both argue, and I'll make a determination if it's not immune. But that's not what happened. The judge just said, yeah, you can use them. And the Trump, his lawyers objected. And the judge said, yeah, overruled. He never took into account the Supreme Court's ruling. They were actually, uh, like some of the stuff was actually done before the Supreme Court ruling, and some was done after. So yeah, those and it becomes fruit of the poisonous tree. You use those in a court, so now it has to be a mistrial. There you go. Convictions set aside. Epstein files reveal bizarre Amazon purchases, including schoolgirl uniforms. Is that really bizarre? Is it bizarre? Like Mediaite. Oh my god. Like what a shitty Like, oh my god. Some of these news organizations just stink. They just stink. Like, that is not bizarre at all. A pedophile likes girls in schoolgirl uniforms? Get the fuck out. Right? Um, what is this? In attaching his name to buildings and programs while still president, Donald Trump is walking a path paved by conquerors. No, this is because the left was intent on destroying um or taking down statues, renaming shit. Like, why was McCarran Airport renamed the Harry Reid Airport? Why? It was already named after somebody. The left did this, and he's just doing it back to them. And they can't stand it. They cannot stand it. And people, oh, two wrongs don't make a right. You know what? Sometimes you have to be just as pedantic as them. Sometimes you do. And that's the thing. That's why people like Trump, is because he fights. The only reason, that's why I love him. I love that he pisses people off. I find him hilarious. She got 10 years and appeals, upheld the case, still in prison. And the Valvoli case, brother Gene's family just got ordered 98. Which one? I'm looking up to see. I'm missing which case. Oh, that officer. Okay. All your stalkers are gonna leave with you. Hey, I'll take the views here. Some people hate watch. That's okay. I will take the views. Nigeria questions success of Trump strikes on ISIS targets. Uh, and this is from the Telegraph. There's little proof they were actually effective despite US president claiming Nigeria has questioned the success of US airstrikes ordered by Donald Trump on ISIS targets on its territory, saying the intelligence it has on the attacks is sketchy. Okay, Nigeria. Here's the thing. There's a lot of effects of a bombing campaign. There is. A bombing campaign sends a lot of stuff. Send me a coffee link. I'll drink coffee with you. Okay. I'm about to end this one though. The Amber Geiger case. Okay. Here's my take on qualified immunities here. Uh, we should not be relying on case law. What we should be doing is passing laws that define qualified immunity and establish processes. Don't leave this shit up to the courts. That's my take on it. I'll send you the link, TC, so then you can jump in. I'm just going to end this one because I've been going an hour and 20, and I didn't intend to do that. The great unchurching of America. That's an Axios. Rapid increase in religiously unaffiliated. Because a lot of people are looking for beliefs that fit their mold, not the other way around. That's very quick way. Well, I'm wrapping this up. TC. Okay. Spoiled brat cops. But you TC, you literally have the admin login. You could jump in here and just take over the stream and I could go. But I have shit I got to get to today. And I've been putting it off. I did finish my coffee. So I'm going to be recording a hater stream. And I think I'm gonna do that members only. We'll see. So we'll be I'll be teasing that the next couple days, but you guys already saw. So make sure you screenshot that and post it in different groups. Well, I'll send you the link. We can do it tomorrow. Yeah, we can do it tomorrow because I will be here tomorrow. But all right, guys, I do have to get going. And thank you guys for all of your stuff. It was a good conversation. I enjoyed everything today. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. TC will probably be joining me. So, all right, guys, thank you. And as always, thank you for being worth serving.
Coffee brewing as the sun peeks through the haze. Birds are chirping, serenading morning's praise. Front porch creaks as dreams fade away. America's awakened to a brand new day. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Loose print smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, wanting just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Tractors rumble, fields coming alive. Big wheels turning where hopes and dreams strive. Laughter echoes down the old dirt road. America's awakened to lighten her load. America's awakened to lighten her load.